You're watching a quarter-final match recorded at the Riley's Victoria UK Open qualifier in late January, and it's between Mike Gillet and Lewis Gurney. And as you can see, we're going straight into this contest because it took me a while to set the cameras up, so just caught it in time for it starting, and it's Mike Gillet who has got us underway in this one. Well, it's been a fantastic day's darts, and a massive thanks to South East Darts Promotions for all their efforts, and that's a great visit from Gurney, and lovely 180 there. It is second throw. This is going to be a very good contest, this best of 7 legs. A format that Gillet, of course, is used to, of course, because he's a regular on the Modus Super Series. Hold on to your hats for this one, I think. Yes, South East Darts Promotions have done a fantastic job, and you can look them up on Facebook, facebook.com/SED Promotions, for more information about all their ADC events. Gillet drags himself back into this leg, leaves Shanghai. Not a great visit from Gurney there. So, treble 20. Leaves, tops. Too low. There's Terry Dunford in the background, also taking part in a quarter-final contest. The 116 won't go for Gurney. Lovely last dart though, so there is pressure on this double 10 for Gillet. He nails it straight away, and that is a 16 dart hold of throw. Gillet's come so close in these Riley's qualifiers previously. You have to feel it's going to click for him at some point. But these competitions are becoming increasingly more difficult to win, as we know, especially because it's gone down from 32 qualifiers down to 16. But Gillet has got a busy year ahead of him. I'll tell you a bit more about Gurney in a second, but Gillet's definitely in for Lakeside, and that's obviously taking place in December this year. This has been rearranged, and well, a week after this is filmed, he'll be in the Dutch Open as well, a small tournament in the Netherlands. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on there. Gurney, well, he has just come from Q School, where he played all 7 days, made it through stage 1, which, let's be quite honest, is a very good achievement in of itself. Just to get through those first 3 days is no mean feat, and then played a further 4 days in stage 2. So he's certainly well practiced. He's travelled to this competition with Cavan Crash Phillips, both play their darts in Sussex. If Gillet can find a big trouble here, which he does do with his last dart, he's certainly going to be putting pressure on the Gurney throw. He's essentially stolen the throw here, 90-point advantage. Terry Dunford versus Sean Fox there in the background. Both have been to the UK Open before. Gillet and Gurney have not been to the UK Open previously, so both are chasing that particular achievement. Lovely last dart from Gurney, keeps him in the mix, but 102 here is certainly manageable, and he wanted a 10 for double 16, but he missed the big number, so needs to regroup. I was chatting with Gillet before this, and let's just see if this 1 or 2 goes. So it doesn't go for Gurney, so Gillet's back for double 10. And he was just telling me beforehand that he can plan his calendar a bit more strategically now, knowing that he's qualified for Lakeside, knowing that he doesn't have to chase points. Double 5, nailed. 21 dart, break of throw, 2-0 the scoreline. Looking pretty good here. Beat Mick Todd in the previous round. Yes, that Mick Todd, former PDC pro. Mick Todd showed flashes. That's a loose one from Gillet. Mick Todd certainly showed flashes of some very good darts at stages. That looks like Alex Harrison in the background, who's booked his place into the semi-finals. In the distance, you can see Stuart White taking on Paul Hogan. Paul Hogan, the most successful Riley's qualifier for the UK Open. 6 qualifications. These are great darts from Gillet, looking to join that list of Riley's UK Open qualifiers. It becomes increasingly more difficult every year to get through to them. No Q score for Gillet this year, but certainly got a busy calendar ahead of him, which of course includes the Motor Super Series, which I do think Gurney should be in, by the way, if any selectors are watching. You should be picking Gurney immediately, I think, because he's a young player, very much on the rise. 6 wins in Stage 1, including a 95 average against Adam Jenkinson, 7 victories in Stage 2, which included beating Adam Warner, who was a tour card holder, and would win through. He had a 95 average against Gary Blades, also a former tour card holder. Lovely visit there from Gurney, and he's again applying the pressure on the Gillet throw, and no trouble there for Gillet. So time on Gurney's side could be a 14 darter. We'll take a 15. To hope this 142 doesn't go. So treble 17s, you would presume. Everyone loves that. Oh no, this is on. So treble 14 would have left tops. So 74 scored, 68 left. So went for treble 20, leave double 4. Just on the wire, Gurney has to adjust. And he does nail it there. Walked in front of our camera there, but it's quite a tight place to put the cameras, which is why it's shaking a bit and why it's on that angle. So Gurney has got himself back into this contest, hasn't he? Because he's broken the Gillet throw and is now throwing to level things up at 2 apiece. Sean Fox, Terry Dunford still going in the background. Looks like Alex Harrison's the only one through to the last 4 at the time, at this moment. It's a good find from the Welshman. Lovely treble 19. Gillet's been giving a good go on the WDF circuit. Semi-finals of the Italian Grand Masters and 2 quarter-final appearances in the England Classic and British Open. So racked up all the points. Oh, I do apologise. I thought that match was over in the background, but it looks like Alex Harrison is actually now playing. Oh, that's embarrassing. I do apologise. Very close in this 4th leg between Gillet and Gurney. You feel this is a crucial part of the contest. No treble for Gillet. So not Gillet, by the way, which is how it was being pronounced by the announcer earlier, which we had a good laugh about. As Gurney is down to finish first here, very handily placed on 116. And it needs a treble. Very close, but he can't find one. That is Joe Costello, by the way, who is playing Alex Harrison in the background to make up our quarter-final lineup. 116, lots of options. Stay there. Left, leaves treble at double 18. But, just going to check the score on the scoreboard. Gurney may be back for double 18. He will be back for double 18 because the 150 won't go. So this is going to potentially level up this contest. Double 18 needed. Double 9 finds it. I think a famous commentator once said that that's quite a tricky switch to double 9. I can't remember who that was. But yes. And that looks like Sean Fox has booked his place in the semi-finals, and I think Stuart White has won through on the far board against Paul Hogan. So Paul Hogan hasn't booked his place yet at Butlins Minehead. I'm sure he'll be back for another go. So 2 quarter-finals remain, this being one of them. If you want to find out more about Riley's Victoria and the Riley's UK Open qualifiers, do visit their website for more information. Just £10 to enter. This event is capped at 150. Otherwise, they would get 200 entries, which we have had before in the old days at Victoria, and it goes on forever and ever. 150 is actually a really nice number to pre-register. And it's run very smoothly, so these matches are taking place at roughly 7:30. It started at 1 o'clock, so yes, it is a gruelling test, of course, but this is very much the business end, and it rattles through very, very quickly as you get through to the latter stages. These are freestanding boards. I think they're really good, actually, having played on them. And Riley's Victoria normally have 4 fixed boards at the back, a couple of which are digital, like Flight Club. If you've ever been to a Flight Club, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's basically like a Scolia machine. It picks up the scores automatically. That's a lovely visit from Gillet in a leg which he started, and he's under pressure in, so that drags him back into it, although Gurney now has found his form at the perfect time. So he leaves 80 after 15. This is on. That would have left double 12 if that had gone in. That's an interesting way to go. So 76 scored. 62 remaining, so you would think treble 10 would be the route. Well, treble 15, not too bad. Leaves 27, I think. But it's tops for Gurney on the wire. Sorry, not 27, 17, of course. That's a silly thing to say. Now, I would have gone 9 there because I would be so petrified of hitting a 20 or 18. But again, it's of a much higher level. And he nails double 8. So that's well found. That's good clutch doubling because he knew that Gurney was sitting on tops, and he gave the nod of approval as well. One of the advantages, of course, from filming from this angle is that you can actually see Mike Gillet's reaction, being a left-hander, which is quite useful. Gurney opens with a ton. Can Gillet smell the finish line? Quite potentially. Possibly rather. So 1, 2, 3. Gurney fires back. Fills it up. What a time to hit a 180. Gillet is certainly scoring well as well, but he's only 1 treble behind at this stage. Gillet will have the throw in the last leg if this goes to 3-all. Just wonder whether Gillet's experience at the Modus Super Series may go in his favour here. But Gurney's played a lot of darts the previous week, 7 days in Milton Keynes. This is another good visit. So 72 plays 131. 12 would leave tops. Oh, he's gone for double 16. He's gone for the double 16 route. Otherwise, this is for the match. Gurney is sat on double 8 if this doesn't go. And it won't go. Very good effort. That would have left 80. Gillet will leave tops if the double 8 doesn't go. Real pressure moment in this match. And Gurney's floated it in. Gillet was sat on tops after 15. He would have been coming back to book his place there, to throw to book his place in the semi-finals, but Gurney, with last start in hand, has forced the decider. Oh, it is Gillet with the throw. No treble, and we always say this, trebles are like gold dust at this point in the contest. There have been a lot of last leg nail biters today. And this is going to be added to that list. 99 for Gurney. Great second dart, squeezed it into the corner. A good third dart there. And Gillet well found, treble 19, he needed it. These look like good markers. Strays into the treble 5, bit of tension here from both players. A lot at stake. I can sense if they can just grind this out, they can potentially throw for a place at the UK Open. That was a lovely first dart and a lovely third dart from Gurney to make sure that the marker saw the 137. And there's all kinds of pressure on Gillet now. Gurney's really found his rhythm just when he needed it. What he would do for a treble 20 here. Can't quite find one. But still advantage Gurney. There's no treble in that visit for Gillet, and it's 6 darts from 120 to not only break the throw but get over the finishing line, book his place in a semi-final match. There's a great third dart there. First 2 are blockers, treble 16 from 80 to leave double 16, and still no finish for Gillet. It's heartbreaking to see, but Gurney is back at the Oki. 2 blockers, I think. Wants double 8. And he does find it. He does find it. An 18 darter. And there's some confusion here, but that is the score. It did go in. And Lewis Gurney is going to book his place there. He was 2-0 down. Book his place into the semi-finals. Commiserations to Mike Gillet. I'm sure he'll be back, and I can't believe it won't click for him at one of these events in the future. Congratulations to Lewis Gurney. He moves into the semi-finals where he'll take on Sean Fox.